What's going on, everyone? This is Talks with Kenny. Here today, we'll be reacting to Ben Shapiro's vocabulary. This will be a game show, honestly, but let's see how well I know woke terms. Let's take a look.
Now, let's play vocabulary. Oh man, you guys created a logo and everything. Okay, card number 1. Slang for social awareness. I mean, I
Slang for social awareness. Damn. This first question, I'm already stuck. Social slang for social awareness. Wouldn't that be like woke? Like just being woke, I guess? Let's see what Ben says.
assume that you mean woke.
Oh, I was right. See, I didn't even know.
Oh, I got it right. Yeah, that was an easy one, guys. Okay. Next one.
You're gonna give me my money back.
Excuse me, sir. There's a young man in here.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
I can call the police if you'd like me to. You need to settle down.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay?
That is a perfect example of someone being misgendered, because that is clearly a lady behaving in very feminine fashion. Yes.
That was obvious, though.
Knowledge of people gained from direct face-to-face interaction rather than through a technological medium.
Like, I guess, stereotyping. I think it sounded like something about stereotyping, I think. Look, this is for your entertainment. If you know this word, you know, you can go ham in the comment section, because I'm not scared to be wrong. I'm not scared to look foolish, because I'm only could be a fool for a day, and I'll be wise for a lifetime, right? So it's rather I take the L now than learn later, right? But this is kind of this is just for entertainment, guys. But let's see what the Ben says.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel like I should get this one. As soon as the answer is provided, I will be regretful that I didn't get this. Face to face. Yeah, the timer's going. Pressure's on. I don't know. What are we going for here? Yeah.
How dare you?
Oh, that got me.
She is disappointed in me. Okay, what was the answer? Lived experience.
Yeah, I said what? Like, it had to do something with stereotyping, like, but I'll take this as a for me. So let's go.
Oh, okay. I feel like that's a bit of a misdefinition. Yeah, how dare you? That definition was not good.
It's not good.
All right, next. I mean, I
don't know what I'm supposed to do. Literally, you showing random pictures. They're talking about homosexuality, I think, because a lot of them were just the same gender, but it looked like it was trying to, like, you're trying to articulate what's going on there. So I'll say just, hey, it was situation by homosexuality. I don't know what it is, but that's my answer. Homosexuality. That's my answer. Or same-sex relationships or interaction. I don't know. Let's get into it.
I understand what you're going for here.
Yeah.
Right. You're going for that. There's LGBT subtext, correct? But I don't understand. But I'm not sure what the terminology you're looking for here is.
This is all wrong.
Every time she says this sort of stuff, it just hurts me right in my soul.
Yeah. Queer baiting. What? What is that? I'm shocked. Like, look, every video you see me react is the first time I seen it. So I ain't scripting nothing. What is that? Let me know in the comments. What is that? I didn't know that was a thing. I know race baiting is a thing, but what?
Oh, queer baiting. Yeah, then that's true. Yeah, that is the phenomenon where there are two characters who are not gay, but since they're in the same frame together, we're supposed to assume that they're gay.
What? My mouth is on the draw. That's crazy. But I thought it was wrong to assume. What's going on?
And the fact that they're not gay is apparently baiting the queer community into thinking that they're gay or something like that. Yeah, Star Wars, they had this big thing about how Finn and Poe were actually secretly gay, despite the fact that there was no evidence that either of them was gay. But apparently, that was queer baiting. Ernie and Bert, obviously. Xena Princess Warrior. You get this kind of stuff all the time. The assumption that all or almost all individuals are cisgender was
heteronormative. I don't know. I think it's heteronormative. Let's see. That's my answer. That's my final answer, guys.
Normativity. It could be cis normativity. Yeah, cis normativity.
Oh, yeah. I guess my answer still falls into that.
Oh yeah, no, my fluency with this language is pretty high actually.
Joe is white, and Gabby is Latinx.
She isn't though.
As they begin their studies,
Latinx. My wife hates that word. She hates it. Like you don't understand. Like when I first told her about it, she was like, "What?" She said, "Oh, they're trying to what? Tell us that we speak wrong or something because Spanish is a gendered language. So when they're saying why are they trying to add into our language?"
they enter an educational system with statistical differences in how students of different races and ethnicities are treated, even those that come from identical socioeconomic backgrounds.
What is this, equity? Are we doing?
The way he phrased, because I guess why I struggle so much with these questions is they focus a lot on the intentions of something and not the outcomes. And I'm very like, oh, outcome. Like that's what I focus on. So that's why I look for immediately. What's the outcome? What's the outcome? But when you use words like treated, it gives me a sense of, oh, that's subjective. Like how you determining that? Like what assumptions you're making there? And this is why I'm stuck with the question. Honestly, I can't answer it. I don't know what they're trying to talk about, but I'm gonna cheat off Ben and say equity.
Doing equity, discrimination? Are we doing unconscious bias? This could be unconscious bias, or it could be implicit
I'll take this as a wrong, but yeah. I think it's unconscious bias.
bias. Okay.
Implicit bias.
Yep. Ain't no evidence of racism, but it must be there. If we can't find any other explanation, it must be implicit bias. Implicit bias assessment tests are the biggest pile of social science garbage ever created.
Trash.
I agree.
Zeroes in on how some groups,
Zeros in a house. Some groups,
whether classified by sexuality, race, or ability, face more struggles, injustices, and systematic oppression than others. And it uses this lens as a way of discourse.
Zeros in a house. Some groups. So what? Critical race theory? No, that's not critical. Critical theory? More struggles. Yeah, critical theory. Xenophobia? I don't know. This is like too feel like I don't know. This is like intention based. Like I'm really struggling here. Really.
It's an easy one, guys. That's intersectionality.
Oh, that's
You're telling
wrong.
me it's not? That's not intersectionality?
Oh, whoa. Okay, now I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
How dare you?
Wow. Oh, that's sad.
Identity politics. So you can kind of see like whatever like if you look at I guess identity, like if you look through life in the lens of identity, this would have been like, oh, identity politics. I don't believe in identity politics. That's probably why I couldn't even, because I don't see my like life experience through my race or through my gender, right? I don't believe that I will make more money just because I'm a man. I believe I make more money because I perform sufficient for a certain job that pays me a lot of money. And I was able to determine my value. That's why I get paid. Like that's how I see things. I see things from a very general stance. Like I'm very meritocratic, right? Because I used to play sports. So everything I got, is due to my performance, That's where I focus on. But hey, I got it wrong.
Intersectionality is a form of identity politics. I feel like I get at least half credit for
I got
that.
0. I cheat off.
I get half credit for
You
that.
have stolen my dreams.
Half a Greta.
Hey, if I get enough where I could get editors like Ben Shapiro has, oh my God, I'll have so much fun doing this. Right now I'm on my own, but it looks so much fun. So much fun.
What, cultural appropriation?
Yeah. We give it to Ben. Ben answered it before me.
That was the person from X-Men.
Okay, so he didn't get it. So what is it? Imperialism, like you put your beliefs on a culture and make it form to your culture. I forgot. It's not cultural appropriation. Cultural appropriation is I'm acting like something of a stereotype of a certain group of people. I know, Kenny. This is like why stress over this, but I'm competing. I'm trying to get stuff more right. I'm trying to do better than Ben Shapiro. That's what. So I can have that win. I know more woke stuff than Ben Shapiro, but it's like I'm gonna take this L, man. That's what it looks like.
I don't know. I don't know what you're going for here.
This is all wrong.
Yeah. She would be like a fantastic game show host, right? She's like Simon Cowell, but nasty.
What? Come on. Hey, look. It's the editor's fault because that didn't make no sense to me. That didn't make no sense to me. Like the visuals, it didn't make no sense. You just thought cultural appropriation, Latinx. Oh, I should have reacted with my wife. She would have been pissed. She hates seeing this word.
Here. Oh, because like the X-Men. Oh. Yeah, you're digging deep on that one.
Yeah.
You get away with it now.
Half a Greta. Okay.
It's the greatest city in the history of mankind. Discovered by the Germans in 1904. They named it San Diego, which of course in German means a whale's vagina.
Doesn't it mean Saint Diego?
No.
Yeah, excellent example of mansplaining.
I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
Like even on other topics, it seems like you can't beat Ben Shapiro though. Like what the hell, bro?
Yeah. Okay.
I thought I would get this like more than I am actually getting this. Like it's like I don't read too like deep into things. Like I don't like people who are saying, "Oh, you missed the racial undertones." I think that's the kind of angle it was going for. So I didn't understand. Like I don't know. I don't see things like I said. I don't see things through my race. I don't see things through a lens of immutable traits that I had no control over. I had no control of being born a black man. Like I don't see myself through those lenses.
Completely obvious. All right.
Okay, cultural appropriation. I'm calling it right now.
Okay, and this one's still not cultural appropriation. This is the routine. What's the term for it? This is the routine where we're not allowed to have actors play people.
Yeah, but I forgot. All I know is like, oh, if you're a white person, you can't play a character that's been historically black, right? I forgot what it was. Race swapping. I'm going with race swapping.
Of different races. White bleaching.
This is all wrong.
Whitewashing.
Well, technically, I don't know because it makes in the woke terminology, if a black person plays a historically white character, it's not blackwashing. But if the opposite happened, it's whitewashing. Me being like I see myself as an equal, I say it's race swapping. But that's, you have to be consistent and hold both sides accountable. So in wokeology, anything white do is wrong. But if the same person if another race of people do the same exact thing as the whitewashing, it's not considered their version of washing. Hey, I'm just saying, man. Hey, at least I'm consistent. You guys are not woke people.
Okay, I get it. All right. But just a quick note. There are all these people who are really pissed that Gal Gadot is supposed to play Cleopatra in an upcoming movie. And they're like, no, it needs to be an Arab. Cleopatra was not Arab. Cleopatra was a Phoenician, meaning Greek descent. So, yeah, not the same thing. Okay, is this cultural appropriation? Because that's super, like, giant cultural appropriation, is it not? Yeah.
Finally, damn. my woke vocabulary is very limited, people. Bear with me.
Okay. But it doesn't apply to them because they're woke. If you're woke, you can culturally appropriate as much as you want. That's the rule. This refers to how various types of oppression are linked together. Okay, this one.
So that's intersectionality.
It's intersectionality, right? Various types of oppression interlinked. All right. I'm on a hot streak of wokeness here.
This is Jamal. Jamal is a boy who lives in a poor neighborhood. He has a friend named Kevin who lives in a wealthy neighborhood. All of Jamal's neighbors are African American, and all of Kevin's neighbors are white.
That's racist. That example is racist. Because just because you're black doesn't mean you're poor. Yes, statistically, it's more likely that black people are in poorer neighborhoods, but it's not because they're black. That's my argument. Okay? It's because of other factors. Like, for instance, in the black community, there's a high rate of single motherhood, right? And the poorest individual in America is a single mother. So, in my view, if a community has more poor people, aka single mothers, than other communities, statistically, their children will be in a poor environment, aka the black community. Now, that's because of personal decisions. That's my view. Not because of your skin color. I'm just saying.
Because Jamal's school district is mostly funded by property taxes, his school is not very well funded. His classrooms are overcrowded, his teachers are underpaid, and he doesn't have access to high-quality tutors or extracurricular activities.
Yeah, this is white privilege over here. This could be redlining.
It's not. I agree. It seems like it's doing like white privilege, the white privilege role because it's white. But I just laid out like it's because white community makes different choices than the black community. And my argument is if the black community start making more decisions like the white community does, you should get the same outcome or a similar outcome. Because everything ties down to economic oppression, or I forgot what it's called, but what, redlining? I don't know. The stuff people focus on, because I focus more on the individual. I don't really, to me, the collective statistics, like, oh, this is what's going on in the black community. All it shows is what a large group of individuals are doing at an individual, like at a one person level. That's all. It's just showing you, hey, black people, a lot of individuals in the black community have bad credit. And you reflect the greater community as a whole, right? If my members of my family are all basketball players, right? People are going to say, oh, that's a basketball family. Why? Because all the kids play basketball, right? It's based on what the individuals do, and then it's reflected in the greater society by other people looking from the outside in. That's how I see statistics. Statistics don't tell me anything, because at the end of the day, statistics are, you're making an assumption and you're trying to prove why you have that assumption. That's it. And if you give me stats and then I ask you, oh, does it take this into account, and you did not assume that data point into the account, then I can throw away your statistics. I'm like, well, your statistics is not really answering a question. It's just showing me what you're seeing. And I'm saying, I'm attributing it to something else. That's it. That's just my opinion.
This could be white privilege. This could be wealth inequality. By the way, there's so many lies in this video. I did a whole video about it, and I still missed the chief lie, which is that schools are predominantly funded by property taxes, which they no longer are. That's not been true for a long time. But
yeah, I think the states statewide, they bring a chunk of the budget, like they separate a chunk out for schools, and they use that school and they divvy it up based on like performance. That's why public schools care about if they're A school, B school, C school, or D school, because based on that they get more or less funding. I think. I could be wrong, but yeah, you let me know in the comment section.
Okay.
How dare you?
It's sad. Okay, so what was this one? Systemic oppression. Okay, again, here's the problem.
Did I say that? Did I say systematic? I said systematic. I didn't think so. I think I said like systematic racism or something. I don't know. I forgot what I said, but I hope you're enjoying the video, guys.
With the vocabulary, all these terms mean the same damn thing, right? Systemic oppression, white privilege, implicit bias, wealth inequity, right? All of these things mean the same thing. So when I say all of them are just one giant mush term.
I'm not even going to explain.
Okay.
Hey, that was a good timing right there. Hey, man. Oh.
And my man. Oh, okay. This could be a couple things.
Dead naming? I think that's dead naming.
This could be, it could be dead naming.
Yes.
Okay, so dead naming is this thing where if you...
But for sure, Ben beat me. Like, I think half the questions I didn't even answer. I think I only got like 2 questions right.
Say the words Ellen Page, then you have misgendered Ellen Page or Elliot Page, because Ellen Page now calls herself Elliot Page a man. Now, what's weird about this is I'm perfectly fine with calling people by whatever name they want, because you can legally change your name, although I don't believe you can biologically change your sex. What's weird about dead naming is this idea that if I say Bruce Jenner won gold medals in the Olympics, this is now dead naming. But Bruce Jenner did win gold medals in the Olympics, and Caitlyn Jenner won 0 medals at the Olympics. Because
yeah, like you identify them as 2 different people, right? That's the point. Like you transform into something else, but you can't deny history just because it inconveniently pointed out that you transition to another gender, and that's what they want this dead naming thing to be. Is that I was always this, and I let it be known that I'm this. Now every instance of me when I was the other person, like when I went by a different identity or a different name, you're supposed to act like you're supposed to retroactively correct that happened, like that you were this, that you should identify as this. That I don't agree with. Like you can change your name, whatever. I don't care. But historically, like I have to be able to still reference. Hey, remember when you were a man? I was always a woman. Like no, you can't do that. Like you're spitting in the face of timelines. Like, I knew you as this, now you're this, but you have to recognize that you did transition from something. You weren't always this. You were something else before. That's it. It's just acknowledge reality. Like, work in the confines of reality. There was a timeline. You have to respect the timeline. There was continuity.
Because Caitlyn Jenner, even according to the logic of the trans community, is a woman. A woman didn't win those medals at that event because that would be a woman defeating all the men in all the men's events. This is why I say that transgender radical ideology violates the laws of biology, it violates the laws of grammar, and it violates the laws of physics, because you're supposed to go back in time, and Elliot Page was always Elliot Page and was never Ellen Page, and you were all fooled, guys. When Ellen Page was starring in Juno and in Inception, that was actually Elliot Page. Literally, the headline, when Ellen Page changed her name to Elliot Page, the headline was, Juno star Elliot Page. And I was like, wait, there was no Elliot Page in Juno. But if you say that Ellen Page was in Juno, then you are now dead naming this person. It's wild. When a company tries to seem more environmentally friendly than it really is.
In my opinion, that's all companies. Like, all companies are just doing this because they think in the long term it'll benefit them from a capitalistic perspective. So I think all companies are doing this, but like, what? How would you? Yes, I know. I'm really bad at these woke terms. I thought I would do better, but I didn't know there was so much stuff. Damn. I don't want to give up. I want to try. At least I want to give an answer. Climate masking? I don't know. I give up.
Well, the term green is going to be in here somewhere, I'm sure. There's no such term as greenwashing, as far as I'm aware. Oh, greenwashing. Okay. I'd heard.
What? Okay, so we had whitewashing where it was like, hey, you're you're a historically black character. You want to make it a white character. Whitewashing. Understand that. Greenwashing is, in my opinion, you're an oil company, and then you're like, hey, we're electric company now. Like what Dodge is doing. They're discontinuing the Challengers and the Chargers and becoming more of an electric car. That's greenwashing to me. Oh, maybe it does make sense. But they're actually making the transition. It's not like they're saying, oh, we're green now, and then they're still selling the all gas powered cars. That would be like the correct definition. Like, hey, we're an oil company, but we're green. Oh, what electric cars you bring out? Oh, we didn't bring any electric car. Oh, you're greenwashing. That sounds like more. But if the company actually is doing the effort to being economically, I don't know. Hey, look, bro. When it comes to woke, I don't know. I'm doing this for entertainment, and you guys could, throw a little jazz at me in the comment section. That's why I make these videos for, because I'm humble,
I'd heard you could sort of suss that one out, right? Because there's also pinkwashing, which is where a pro-gay country like Israel, tolerant of gay people, if you show a gay person in Israel, then you're considered to be pinkwashing Israel because you're covering for all their other human rights violations by noting that Israel is friendly to gay people. That's how I got that, right? That's greenwashing because they're using their environmentally friendly practices to cover up for the fact that they're evil capitalist pigs.
No. Who am I?
I guess non-binary.
Agender. That is non-binary. All right. I'm not bad at this, sadly. Listen, I did go to universities, which means that I speak the vocabulary relatively fluently. The idea that a person can be culturally blocked from having a prominent public platform or career.
To me, that's identity politics. Like, oh, based on your identity, you can't have this career. Oh, there's too many of you guys. You shouldn't have this career based on your identity alone. It doesn't take into consideration what you actually bring to the table. I think this video is just for your entertainment. Like, how stumped can Kenny be with these questions and terms?
Well, this would be, accountability culture? This is what they call cancel culture? See, that's the cancel culture is actually an anti-woke term, right? So what they say, so canceled, right? So, okay, fine. Canceled is a woke term, for sure. Cancel culture has become a right-wing descriptor of what the left has done, and then they call it accountability culture. So it's always a responsiveness of language to ignore the implications of what they're doing.
Yeah, a lot of arguments these people who consider themselves woke is like it's like very semantic, like very how you view it, not what it is. Like, and I think that's what caused these little conflicts where like you talk past each other because you're prioritizing two different things. One's prioritizing, hey, how something looks. Someone's prioritized, hey, what it is. Like, what is the outcome? Not what you want the outcome to be. What is the outcome? When you do this, this is the result. And why should we keep doing this if the result is negative? Oh, no, it's because it makes me feel better that we're pushing this. Is this do something, even if that do something makes things worse.
All the time.
I forgot what it's called. I know what it's called, but they're gonna toxic masculinity. That's what it was called. Toxic masculinity. I want to know in the comment section, is there such thing as a toxic femininity? I just want to know because I'm new to this woke stuff, as you can tell.
Oh, is this
Yeah, toxic masculinity. The only reason I know is because my wife, disclaimer, my wife's best friend, she's a feminist, and I hear her espousing men are trash. And then when I asked her, hey, isn't that a form of hate? Oh no, we don't hate men. But I said, but if someone said race swap it, that's how I like to do it, is to see if someone's consistent. If I swap the race, you're a man and you say all women are trash, would you not call that man a misogynist? She says yes. Okay, I'm like, yo, is that not sexist? Ask me, like, that's sexism. So is feminist a hate group? How you representing feminism? Is feminism a hate group? And she'll debate me all day. No, it's not. But I say, yo, you literally hating a group of people just because they happen to be men. Why? Oh, I had my experiences with them. I said, so you're gonna test. You're small. No matter how much dating you've been doing, you want to project that small pool of men and cast it on all men because you don't know all men. So there's no way you can make that statement. Right? I'm fair. I'm consistent there. If someone said all women are this, I'll be like, you can't make that statement. Now you can say most, and then I ask, okay, what's your basis for that? Obviously, but hey, some questions to ask.
What's the name of this? I know this. So making assumptions on the basis of gender.
How dare you?
That's hard. It goes right to your heart.
That's in disgrace.
Yes.
Toxic masculinity. Yep. So toxic masculinity is when you make assumptions about boys, like they should be masculine.
The age of men is over.
So toxic masculinity doesn't actually have any fundamental definition. If they said toxic masculinity is where a man acts like an asshole, then it would be like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if a guy walks up to another guy on the street and just punches him in the face. Toxic masculinity at work. There's a reason that there are many more men than women who are in jail for violent crime. If by toxic masculinity, you mean what the left means, which is typically just being a dude at all.
Guys being dudes.
Like having a set, then which they won't even define as being masculine, actually, so I can't even say that. But if you assume that there are certain traits that are associated with masculinity, this is also toxic masculinity. So if you say that men tend to defend hearth and home, which is one of the good things about men,
yep,
then this is toxic masculinity as well.
Yeah, because end of the day, I could debate this with anybody, but men are very territorial, right? And people put this as a bad thing, but that means men have boundaries, right? There's a reason why men are like Jordan Peterson. I'm quoting Jordan Peterson here, but there's a reason why men are less agreeable than women. A woman will be like, oh, identify how you want. And a man like me will more likely like, hey, that doesn't make sense. We went from here to here. Why? And if you don't give a concrete answer, they go like, nah, that's a dumb definition. Get that out. Get out away from me and my family. Like that's unproven. You can't prove that. I asked you to prove it. You can't prove it because of what? Feelings? I'm not going to put my family at risk of transitioning my son based on how you feel he's acting. If you want to be a feminine boy, he can be a feminine boy, but you're not going to that's not a pretext to change, like physically or chemically castrate him. I'm not allowing that. A man's more likely to say it like that because you have to actually convince a man, because at the end of the day, you can't force a man to believe something. You have to you have to persuade him to, believe in something. But this emotional blackmail, it usually won't work on men. Usually, I say usually.
Any sort of gendered expectations of people on the basis of their sex is toxic masculinity, and or just being a dude at all, unless you're a lady who's a dude, in which case you are just a dude but not toxic. Is that the way this works? Something like that.
We are expecting a baby.
Awesome.
Yeah. And the baby's coming soon.
Okay.
I am not pregnant.
What? What's she trying to imply there? I don't know what she's trying to imply there. So you're expecting a baby, but you're not pregnant. So are you adopting?
I am transgender, and I am carrying her baby.
Oh, so surrogacy. So you're a woman. Easy. There, boom. Like, that's how I see things. That's how I'll say most conservatives see it. That, yeah, you feel you're a woman, fine. You can live, let live. You can live as a woman. You can identify yourself as a... sorry, he's not a woman. He doesn't identify as a woman. He identifies as a man. But then you can't come and say men can get pregnant, because that is a lie. Because I say men can't get pregnant. That goes against the very biological fact of men. Men can't get pregnant. They can't. Only liberals will believe you. But other people who are not liberal, they won't believe you. They can go, yeah, it's cool that woman that identifies as a man, but at the end of the day, she's a woman, an adult human female. And adult human females have kids. So if you can do the same capacity as an adult human female, then you are adult human female, right? That's very like, I observe in reality, and that's the case. Okay, if you share these characteristics, that's what you are. That's how I categorize you. That's a woman. That's a woman. That's my definition of a woman. And I can always find these people. Oh, adult human female. Boom, 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 boom. I'm always pointing out. All you have to do is, okay, the performance, the outcome. What's the outcome? Oh, you're a woman. That's because you can do that outcome. Oh, the woman can't do that outcome. Is it because does that not make her a woman? I said not necessarily, but does she have the capacity to? It's just that's an exception, not a rule. If a woman can't give, like a biological woman can't give birth, is because there's a complication, like something's like wrong with her, right? Like, oh, like she either got hurt or she's medically unable, or she has a condition that doesn't allow her to do that capacity. You get me? That's an exception. But the rule is, if you're a woman, you have the capacity to give birth. Like you see that's how the conservatives and liberals, we talk past each other. We talking about outcome, they talking about intention, subjective perception. That's how they argue.
Oh my god!
I got nothing there. I don't know, complete rejection of biological reality.
How dare you?
Birthing people. Wow.
Oh, birthing people. That's a new one. You know, it's a new addition to the vocabulary I haven't fully integrated yet. But that is a birthing person. A birthing woman. But a birthing person, because that's a woman who has hormone treatments and surgery and identifies as a man. Birthing people? You mean vagina to people? Yeah. And, you know, birthing people are any human who is capable of giving birth, i.e. a woman. But we have to pretend that some women are not women biologically and thus are birthing people. So it makes perfect sense. A statement, action, or incident regarded as an instance of indirect, subtle, or unintentional discrimination against members of a marginalized group, such as a racial or ethnic minority. This is
systematic racism.
Microaggression. That's an easy one.
What? Microaggression?
Yeah.
What is that?
Alrighty, so not bad. I mean, bad for the country, horrible for civilization. Well, let's see if I graduated from Woke University. Now, I could say at this point that no matter how I scored on the test, I should graduate from Woke University because standards are a form of discrimination. So no matter how I did here, I should graduate. Wow. Graduation for everybody. But we'll find out how I did in just a moment.
I did worse than him, so Ben, you won this one. Certified pro.
So there you have it, folks. I have officially graduated from Woke University. Now we're up to date on all the terms you will need to know in order to succeed in society. Hopefully, the woke left won't add any more anytime soon, because I'm not sure I can continue to keep up. See you next time, guys.
All right, guys, that was a fun one. Ben Shapiro and vocabulary. Let me know how you guys did in the comment section below. Give me your thoughts about this video, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.